Sounds familiar. Yeah.
I honestly didn't even want to rap on this.
Used to run through the money, now I'm too old. Man, I'm just playing. Shot when I land. Promoter paid for 6 flights, got the team right. I just told Mr. Band, came in for the bands. Beachside Villa for aesthetic, just because and I don't even like the sand. Stan Smith sneakers on the beach, that's the water. I just came in for the tan. This was always planned, you wouldn't understand. I could turn a Chevy to a Cullinan. I could turn the Rolls to an AP. I came from Sorry Sir to come again. I came from 2 screens to HD. Tell her why you mad for. Go on, tell her why you mad for. No new friends, I couldn't catch a win until I cut off the loose ends. Used to whip the under in the trunk at 210s. Just like that too. Out the speakers was max B. Couldn't say a thing about the way if you asked me. Never caught the chain, I was always trying to gain green. Riding around with my sexy love in the passenger seat. Tell her why you mad for. Go on, tell her why you mad for. Go ahead and just give me a reason not to change on you once I give me a million. I got checks in Hamburg, I might fly out this evening. I got checks in Moscow, I'll be back in a weekend. If it wasn't for COVID, I'd be in Europe touring. Counting cash on the couch is getting kinda boring. Must be talking about kids when you talk driving foreigns. Say I'm lying and I'm telling stories, or you can tell them why you mad for. Don't tell them why you mad for. Silly. Soft spoken, I can hit the studio and spit till my jaw's broken. For records in the hour, I'm not bragging, it's all boasting. Turn the top 10 and bar for bar and it's all coasting. And it's easy for me, just tell me go and I'm on go, it's no reason for me. Doing features for a feature that's reaching for me. My next show's a mattress store, they been sleeping on me. See they took my style, see they been peeking on me. That's why I'm mad for.
They try to say like, ooh, that's a cute song, that's a cute song. But let me bar for bar real quick, just to wake you up, get you out your seat, just like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, a little reminder. Set a reminder on your phone, wake up at 6 a.m. like me. Go to sleep at 12 like me. And it's still sleep gang. You gotta get your rest, stupid.
Real one, yeah. Slide on a real one. On my mama and God, you the real thing. Can't even cap to me, know you feel something. Yeah, you wanted $1 million and you show it. What you want, is it really that important? You been on my mind and I really can't ignore it. Little baby, you a 10. When I'm in it, I got you going, oh. I can't even help it. I don't think I want to know that I've been on you. Ooh, oh. Tell me that you want it. Little baby, you a 10. Can I run it back again? Laid up, we paid up and faded on top of it. Ain't really used to this, I ain't ever has. From the bare minimum, we doing lavish. I was down bad, really acting like I had it. You seen right through it, knew I was catting up. Still let me hit it till you cashed out, it had enough. Lately, been adding up. What you want, I'm activated. Way you looking at me with the miles, hella captivated. Know you had you a long day, you agitated. I can get you off no medication, have you elevated. Can't fix the world, but I bet I fix that attitude. Mood on Big 10 when I fall through, it's all you. Slide through the town by the lake shore. Used to ride tank to the last drop in the Acura. Really, I was down bad, I was acting up. Somehow you still ain't had enough, yeah. Ride for a real one, yeah. Slide on a real one. On my mama and God, you the real thing. Can't even cap to me, know you feel something. Yeah, you wanted $1 million and you show it. What you want, is it really that important? You been on my mind and I really can't ignore it. Little baby, you a 10. Wait a minute, I got you going. I can't even help it. I don't think I want to know that I've been on you. Tell me that you want it. Little baby, you a 10. Can I run it back again? what we doing? I've been on you long time, I'ma prove it. You let me ride tides and I always keep it fluid. And if they ain't going stupid, I be tripping if I lose it. I get you so high, have you jet lag. We can skip town, get your rest back. Vacating it out and blowing jetpack. Show me one more time, nothing you best at, yeah. One more time at you at sunrise. We can slide on Telegraph and do brunch time. I've been making ends meet. I've been running routes to catch it. Plays in the field deep. I just wanna build reach. No, I got you charged up. Just let that phone die. Pull up in the clutch like I'm Curry in the crunch time. I got something for you when the sun gets high. Drop that pen up in the black soda ups and know you ride with a real one. Side with a real one. Oh my mama and God, you're the real thing. Can't even cap to me, know you feel something. Yeah, you wanted $1 million and you show it. What you want, is it really that important? You've been on my mind and I really can't ignore it.
Ay, ay. Look, I'm too cool for the rules, baby, get off of me. Never need no push, I do it all for me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Too true for the flex, baby, don't cap to me. Drop 50, bring 150 right back to me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Look, Papa don't preach, teachers don't teach. Gon' reach, that's facts. I ain't worried about none of that. I'm making that cash day. Bunch of O's like NASCAR, but it's really more like NASDAQ. Why they thinking that they hot when they really more like quarter on me like a referee? Hating what they'll never be. Small top with a big bottom, yeah, shorter shape like a letter D. Let her have it, then I let her be. If you love it, gotta let it grow. Crazy cause you really never know. When I'm hurting, never let it show. I'm a two-tone, two-phone, two-chain, new thing, lame with, but you a broke. Low class, no cash, certified lame. I've been getting to it like I ought to. Couldn't pick, so I bought two. Understand why your chick came, I'm just trying to figure why she brought you. I'm really reppin' and I'm flexed up, and I ain't gotta tell him I'm next up. Sleep on the they rest up, but I'm up and I'm getting my checks up. Me and the fellas be high as propellers, ain't could tell us we great. Looking at like how do you figure unless you been talk about 8 figures. I'm too cool for the rules, baby, get off of me. Never need no push, I do it all for me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Too true for the flex, baby, don't cap to me. Drop 50, bring 150 right back to me. Keep a couple real hitters, got them on call for me. Money moving, got it in the market where it ought to be. Look. They talking like they don't know a king when they see one. See him in person, he take it back like a refund. Ballin' with my brothers, all my playin' D1. Daily checkin' chicken, he gon' spin it watchin' reruns. Say they real, but they clones of me. How my cousin in the pen with more phones than me. I got daily correspondence, we tapping in with the Goonies. Tatted tagging my body, they tagging me like they knew me. They actually living goofy, I'm tagging the flicking, flexing the muscle like penitentiary Gucci. Been addicted to Stussy and hitting like roofies. I ain't tripping off you cause I been tripping off Lucy. I'm lucid dreaming and scheming, I'm manifesting a movie. Manuscripting a million, I thought that you knew me. Focusing on the Fetty, the longevity, lifestyle. Build a future me, what I'm usually doing right now. Smoking with my shawty, we plotting another 100 grand. Hear them talk a lot, but they knowin' who got the upper hand. Ride about my sister, I'm dying about my brother, man. Leaning out the window, we got him doing the running man. Smoking with my shawty, we plotting another 100 grand. Hear them talk a lot, but they knowin' who got the upper hand. Slide by my sister, I'm dying about my brother, man. Currency from Europe, my energy from the motherland. Tweet a lot, we never seen them in the city though. Taking rent money out to flash it in the video. Staring at the real when they know it hurt, man. Cool, clean, Glock 30, dirty as your work hands. I just got a pallet of product, I'm about to flip it. I don't really got all the minutes for me to kick it. Bought my chick a LLC, we bout to scale it. Partner say he growing some, I told him mail it. Coolin' with my man, he kinda mama by the ocean. Only problem that we got is running out of lotion. Get into the chicken, let a black man live. I got more rolls on me than a fat man ribs. Never met a single that'll make me feel fear. They be throwing salt in the game, we still here. We don't hear the that he saying, he think it means something. All the players ballin', we blue chippin', we green thumbin'. Smoking with my shawty, we plotting another 100 grand. Hear them talk a lot, but they knowin' who got the upper hand. Ride about my sister, I'm dying about my brother, man. Leaning out the window, we got him doing the running man.
What up? What up? What up? Welcome to the MALEROOM Show. What up, though? What's up, first up, we got Rollo. So, we're not here yet, but we got JB the Gent. Hey. And I'm your chef, Tay Bill. What's up with you? What's up with you? Huh?
Yes, sir.
One
Yes,
more
sir.
thing I gotta do, though, before we move on, you know how we do, man. We gotta let that beat go out.
What is going on, brother?
My boy.
I'm good. How am I sounding? You hear me okay? Everything good?
You sounding good, bro. You sounding good. Fantastic.
All right.
Fantastic.
Welcome. What's going on, my brother?
What's up with you, man? You good, bro?
I am blessed. It was a little bit of a rough morning because I turned up a little bit last night, but I'm here and I'm ready.
You gotta turn up for what? What you turn up for, man? You turned up.
Just celebrating life, man. You know,
celebrating. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, shout out to all the mail carriers in the building. We see y'all, man. Our boy JB will be here momentarily, but you know what it is, man. We're gonna rock out till our brother get here.
For sure, absolutely, man. So we thank all the mail carriers that's in the building right now. Welcome to the MALEROOM Show once again.
Yes.
Yep. Yo, man, you know how we like to start off the show real quick, man, with a little bit of funny, man. You know,
a little bit of the funny. Let's get it.
A little bit of the funny, dog. You know, my boy Big Perk, right? Big Perk, you know.
Oh man.
Big Perk, man. He did some things, man. He did some things, man. I gotta tell you, I gotta show you what he did, though, man.
Let's do it. That dude is
it's a 2-part video. It's a 2-part funny, man. It's a 2-part video.
Okay.
All right. 2-part video. But before we get to it, man, we're gonna say what's up to Sabrina.
What's going on, Sabrina? We see you out there. What's going on, Sean? Our moderator. What's going on?
With you. Welcome to the MALEROOM Show. We thank you all for joining in, man. But we're gonna start off right. So you know Kendrick Perkins, for y'all that don't know, Miss Smiley in the building. What up, though, Smiley?
What's up, Miss Smiley?
All right. So we had you know, Kendrick Perkins, man. He's a commentator for ESPN. All right. And he was doing, this is an interview, this is a show that he was doing with Stephen A. And this is the first part of the funny, man, right here. Check this out real quick.
So you can know what happened. All right. So LeBron responded to Steve Kerr about them flopping, right? After post game and said, we don't flop, we don't teach that, we attack the paint. Jamaica Green goes to his IG and put a cap on Bron's head and posts it on his IG story, basically calling LeBron James cap. You don't think LBJ saw that? Yeah, he saw it. You know why? Because I sent it to him. So I know it's sick. I sent it to him. Damn it, I got Lakers is sick. Yeah. So
he snitched, right? Now check this out. That's the first part, right? Did you see Stephen A. reaction though? That was hilarious. But watch how my boy Kenan Thompson from Saturday Night Live do Big Perk. Did you see this?
I think I saw this. Yeah.
Check this out, y'all. Yo.
Stephen A., with all due respect, Steph Curry is the worst player to ever play the game of basketball. I mean, sure, he scored 32 last game, but my man Luka got a 40-piece, and then he pulled down 8 biscuits and threw in some extra sauces. Okay? Your man Steph is too short. The boy needs a ladder to comb his own hair.
Shout out to Kenan Thompson.
Kenan Thompson, shout out, man. That dude is a legend, bro. That dude.
Oh my God.
That dude been putting in so much work.
With 8 biscuits and some extra sauces.
That's exactly how he be sounding too, bro.
He sounded just like Big Perk.
Perk is so country, but he be like he's one of the realest. He's one of the realest dudes on the NBA today, and I love Perk, man. That's my dude. That's my dude.
Shout out,
man.
Oh my God. Go ahead. That's on you, baby.
I hope y'all enjoyed that. Shout out to my brother Tay Busy, as we just said. JB will be here momentarily, but again, man, thank you to all the mail carriers who are here. We are. This is episode 12, y'all. Episode 12. We missed y'all last week. We hope y'all had a beautiful, wonderful Mother's Day, and we missed y'all, so we happy to be back, man. With that being said, y'all know what time it is. If y'all will please grab your glasses.
Yes, sir.
Y'all know what it is, man. Thank you so much for being here. We have come together once again for conversation, camaraderie, discussing topics that are so relevant to men and women of society today. Me and my brothers, we love doing this. We love bringing it to y'all. We love the support, man. You know what it is. So, with that being said, as we
Embark.
on another round table that has turned into the mailroom show, let us never ever forget the foundation that
Yeah.
is our Trinity. Salute, salute, salute.
Salute, my brother.
Yeah. We have a really good show today. I think our topics really aligned. Our topics really aligned today. Our
Yeah.
topics really aligned today, and I think y'all gonna enjoy it. We've been relatively intense this season, and we love the interaction with y'all. Today's topics are a little more surface level stuff, but it's still things that I think are very important to talk about and get some insight on. You feel me? So we're gonna dive into it. You ready, busy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Topic number one of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Does a season, the time of the year, shape people's perceptions on relationships? Does it shape people's perceptions on relationships?
So I got a question for you though, before we get
Yeah,
into it. When you say season, like time of the year, are you referring to like holiday seasons, like a Valentine's Day,
oh, no, no, no. I'm
something,
talking about, like,
like
spring,
fall,
summer,
winter, spring?
fall. Yeah, all of that.
All right.
All of that.
I'll break the ice on it real quick, man. Um, does it shape people's perspectives on relationships? I'm not sure if it shaped
Yeah,
their
like
perspective, but I think that it can. I think that it can, and to a degree, um, it can also remind you, if for those of you, for people who really yearn for relationships, it can remind you how lonely you are, right?
hmm
A little bit, like when it's wintertime,
Yeah,
it's time to shovel that snow, or when it's summertime, it's time to cut that grass, or you need to, certain things. It's like, man, certain times calls for certain things. It can kind of shape your perspective of a relationship, or I guess wanting one really. I think your perspective on a relationship is shaped based on a lot of times your experience in a
hmm
in a sense. You know what I'm saying? But there are certain seasons that will uh kind of like affect your perspective. For instance, like if you broke up with a person, if you had a breakup, for instance, right?
right.
And you broke up, in the fall of a certain month, on a certain day at a certain time, at a certain place, and you frequently go there or whatever like that. It can remind you of like what happened or stuff like that. Or if you drive by a certain place, like, man, me and such used to go there all the time and all that kind of stuff. So, but certain times of the year, I think it can. I think it can to a degree. I don't know if it does in totality though. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Because a lot of times, I think more so of that's why I asked the question for a little bit of clarity, because when I think of it, I'm thinking of it in a way that's like when Valentine's Day roll around, sometimes when certain people have like, if you live in certain areas of the country, you celebrate Sweetest Day and all that kind of stuff, and you don't have anybody, then all of a sudden you can, you know, you'll be feeling some type of way. And then everybody that looks happy, you start feeling a certain way about their happiness, wishing that it was probably yours. It depends on how you look at it though. But I think when it comes down to actual seasons, man, I think so, man. I think that it can to a degree. It shouldn't. I don't think it should, but it can to a degree, man. It's a lot of times where, like I said, summertime, fall time, springtime, you might be feeling a certain way around that particular season because of whatever memory you may have had or something like that. But I don't know. I guess the word shape is where I'm kind of getting a little bit little bit thrown off with because to shape something is like actually to create the perspective is to actually like form it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if the fall forms your perspective on a relationship,
That's a problem.
that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? So I guess my answer would be no. Then if the way I'm saying it now, the way I kind of
Yeah.
like talking myself through this. I don't think so, man. I think that yeah, I don't think it does, man. I don't think it does. And I think that if that does, then you were already thinking and feeling a certain way prior to that season or
Mm-hmm.
time or year or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I just leave that there for right now. I might add some more to it, but go ahead,
I agree
Robert.
with everything you said. I agree with everything you said. But I do think that it can. I think when you think about the time of year and the seasons, it definitely changes your mood. It definitely changes your energy. You know what I'm saying? When the winter time come, you got everything going on in your life, and then outside of that, you got to go outside and battle that snow, battle that bitter cold feeling, and just
Mm,
kind of it could affect you mentally. The fall time come, it's like the in between weather is still kind of warm, but it's getting cold, and it's a different vibe. That harvest season,
mm,
you from winter to fall, whatever the case is, you might feel a little bit better going like from coming from the fall going into the winter. You feel you still got a little bit of that energy when the winter comes, like, oh man, the bitterness, the cold, the time changes, whatever the case is. So I think people can carry that over into um those thoughts of, okay, hey, yeah, I don't have anybody. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Holidays coming, I don't have anybody. I hear a lot of women talk about this hot girl summer stuff and all of this, and then you see a lot of social media posts. Big dudes talk about, hey, ladies,
yeah,
does
beard
anybody
and
want
the
does
forehead.
anybody want to cuddle with me right now? Let me know.
Cuddle season.
That
Yeah,
post,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, that cuddle season, and it's all. I think it's all meant for fun and everything and jokes, but I think a lot of times your perception can really start to form into your reality. And I think when people do this cuddle season stuff and women talk about that hot girl summer, I think a little bit of it is extremely factual.
Where did that
You know what
stuff
I
come
mean?
from?
I have no
Cuddle
idea
season,
where it
hot
came from.
girl. Where did that come from?
I have no idea who started it, but
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
it
know if
definitely.
I mean, speaking for the president of the big boys, I don't know if we particularly started that.
I don't. It had to be a woman that told the dude that,
I
and then
mean, I
she
think
took it
yeah,
off the.
because
She took it off the cliff.
you know, it's kind of like it kind of goes with the psyche of everybody had a teddy bear growing up type thing.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? So when it was cold in the house, you grabbed your teddy bear and you was all tucked in, and you was like, all that. I think that's more of a woman thing, man. If you
Yeah, and like I think when I think about this question, I think about most of the things I might hear or see from women about, the time of the year, and then as far as relating it to a relationship. So, but I think it's just all about the energy, man. Like you just have certain times of the year where you want somebody. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think you feel a certain way in certain times when you want somebody, and to go with what you said is definitely relative to experiences. You break you oh it was October 2015. We were good. Everything was straight, and then by the end of the fall we were done. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So let's see what our brother JB said. It may
yeah. Don't
change
be
the
texting and driving
pers-
though, my boy.
Yeah, my boy. Don't be texting and driving, my
You know,
boy.
safety.
But we're gonna read it. Shout out to JB tapping in. He'll be here soon. It
Yeah,
may change the perspective of the desperate individuals that just wants to be with someone. I think it affects those that take the urban legends of cuddle season and travel season to heart.
yeah.
Very well said.
That's
Very
facts.
well said. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's why I
definitely
asked
it's
about.
definitely a
That's why I
mindset.
asked about Valentine's Day and all
Yeah.
that. 'Cause I hear that a lot. Like when it's Valentine's Day rolling around, like you know, I mean, people would just get with someone in that time frame just because they want to be with someone, like Jay just said, and then all of a sudden it's like now it's like okay, I want to now, so I won't feel lonely like I started off saying. Like you realize that you're lonely when these
Hmm.
certain seasons come around, and it's just a reminder that you're lonely. And instead of being able to just move on from whatever it is that caused that particular thing or that particular feeling to take place, you'll rather internalize that time to do something outside of what it is that you really should be doing in the first place, which is like No, a lot of times we'll just, Valentine's Day or whatever other holiday come around, that's geared towards relationships. A lot of people will start having like the motivation to be around somebody or be with somebody. Like, okay, I'm gonna date this person around this time. You know what I'm saying? I want to be by myself, or whatever, da da da. And then all of a sudden you'll do that, and then next thing you know, it's a very temporary thing. You don't hear back from them no more for a while, because you're
Yeah.
just doing it for a moment, for a actual season. And when I think about seasons, I think about things that's temporary. Like
Right.
winter is only for a few months. It's only for a season. And so a lot of times we take seasonal things and we make them permanent. That's the whole premise of what Jay was saying about the effects that it take on people, that urban legend aspect that it takes on people. They take it to heart, because now you take a
Hmm.
temporary thing that happened, or for a temporary season, you internalize it permanently, and now that's how it shaped your perspective in that way. To me, you know what I'm saying? Am I
Hmm.
making sense with that? Like,
Yeah, you make a sense. I mean, and your problems are going to be with you no matter what season it is.
mhm,
It's like you just said, it's about maybe letting go. Um, but unfortunately, like I said, I do think that the seasons, it affects people's state of mind, and they become vulnerable in moments and spots in a certain season, to where they reflect on what happened, or what didn't happen, or what should have happened. And you just have a different way of viewing yourself overall.
mhm,
Some people really base relationships so internally that it like they try to it almost shapes who they are.
yeah,
And that stuff stays with you all year, and it really shouldn't. You know what
yeah,
I mean? And then it's just about the energy, man. You wake up on a summer day, you might have some issues, but you go outside, you see that sun, you feel that breeze,
yeah,
and you cool for a minute. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
Spring or summer, like, okay, yeah, I'm a little upset, I'm a little hurt right now, but you step outside, you go to the park, you know what I mean, and just catch a vibe. You can't do that in certain seasons. So I think that kind of some stuff can resurface in that state of mind. So
Do-
unfortunately, I think Aubrey said it can, yeah, and it's unfortunate. So
yeah.
I definitely think it's unfortunate, man.
Shout
What's
out to
going on, Naomi? Good to see you. Thanks for tapping in. So yeah, I definitely do. I agree with what you said. I agree with what you said too. As far as the shape, when you use the word
yeah.
shape, it shouldn't. You
It
know what I'm
should.
saying?
Yeah. Do you think it?
Yeah.
Do you think it's a sign of immaturity if it does?
No, I don't think it's immaturity. I think people, to state very simply, people just can't let go of certain things, man. And I can't. For me to say it's a maturity thing, maybe, but we grown here, so there has to be certain things that you start to at least want to outgrow. If you don't want to outgrow a certain way of thinking, or if you don't want to try to change a certain way of feeling, then
Mhm.
I mean, that's just things you got to work on.
Yeah.
I think maturity is how you respond. Now, if you're responding, if you're responding to how you're thinking, like
Mhm.
you calling this person that broke up with you, or you really out here trying to go out and date multiple people before a certain time, because you feel like you're gonna get tied down, or you want to get tied down, then that's immaturity. That's a maturity thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
gotta.
Like, if
Yeah.
start acting on how you don't always have to act on how you feeling. And I think that's where the maturity comes in, when you maybe start acting on everything you feeling.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, I don't know. I think that for me, I think that it has a definite high degree of immaturity if an actual season can shape your entire perspective about
Hmm.
relationships. It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
damn,
In that aspect, yeah.
it's like that's pretty wild. You know what I'm saying?
It's bad.
That's pretty wild as hell. Like, I don't find that to be a mature perspective at all. And when you see red leaves outside, all of a sudden your damn tear ducts start filling up. What's wrong with you, man? Like, you going outside like them damn red leaves. Every time I think of red leaves, I think of Steve. It's like, what you say? I don't know, man. It's a little wild. I say, hell yeah, it does. I agree, man. I think it's a little bit of a sign of immaturity, man. I think that it does. Like, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know. But things, to me, material, temporary. aesthetic things should not be the end all be all of your perspective, especially about relationships. If you have had experience with it, you know what I'm saying, with relationship. Like if you had it, I could see a person saying, yeah, when I had these type of experiences, it kind of shaped my way of thinking. It's just like it's almost like a person who like it's almost like you could be influenced. Yo shape the way your perspective can be shaped, can be influenced as well. Like for instance, there's a guy named Jason Wilson, and he is a sensei, right? And he gears his time at the dojo towards young men, like between the ages of like 10 and like 18, 20 almost. And so he's you can see when he's teaching them certain things, he always break down a life, he always give them some type of life perspective while he's doing the training. And then he breaks down how you can see the influence that it has on the young men. You know what I'm saying? And the influence that it has on the young men, you can see how it's shaping their way of being, the way they're thinking, the way they act. So when they respond, when they fail at something and they don't accomplish it and they respond to it in one way when they first get there. But as time goes on, the way that he shapes their mind, they act accordingly. You know what I'm saying? To me, that shows a sign of maturity. So like if a person is having their perspectives being influenced by the seasons or the times of the year, if you're not able to grow out of that at a certain point, then how are you able to give any type of perspective if it's based on something so temporary? You know what I'm saying? And so, and what kind of attachment did you have to that person at that season of your life? And for it to continue to be stuck on you every summer? For how long? How many summers we gonna do this for? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I don't know. This is my take on it. What you think?
Shout out to Arby. Let's see what Arby said real quick. If you meet a great person, however, summer coming up, and I don't want to be tied down because I want to be outside is immature.
Okay.
Very well said, Arby. Very well said. Very well said. Yeah, it's yeah. I think the only reason I say it may not be a maturity thing because just people just some people just experience things later. Some people just learn about things later, and so they're gonna feel a way until they are able to and are able to gain a certain perspective based on what they've been through. Now, is that person necessarily immature? No, just inexperienced. I don't think inexperience always equals immaturity, but I do think it plays a major role in it can lean that way because if you just haven't been through enough, or you don't know how to deal with this type of feeling you're having during this time in your life. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, great points on both ends, man. Shout out to my brother Busy on that one. Shout out to the mail carriers tapping into the conversation today. We're loving the feedback. We loving the feedback. We are loving the feedback. But yeah, real quick, y'all know how it is, man. We doing something different this season. We normally do Q&A at the end. This season, we want you to put Q&A questions in throughout the entire show. Okay. So what we do is you put your Q&A in the comments. Make sure you put Q&A in front of the chat so we can start, and then we'll holler at you at the end of the show, man. We want you to have a question. It could be about this show. It could be about past shows, or if you just want to holler at the brothers, man, you got a question for us individually, you got a question for the group, I know how it is. Then we'll tap into you at the end of the show. As always, what we want them to do though, Tay? What do we really want them to do?
We really want them to hop on in this fire.
We really want y'all to go ahead and hop on in this fire, jump on the panel with your question, so we can get it down like that. So y'all, we love and appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much.
Sure.
Yeah. We're gonna dive into topic 2, man.
For sure.
We're gonna dive on into topic 2. This is a good one. I think y'all gonna like this one. This is very interesting. Like I said, we got a lot of surface level stuff today, but these are things that we really think about on a different type of level. Is the bar or lounge scene still a place to meet people busy? Can we still meet people out at a bar or a
Hey,
lounge? Can people be approached?
hey,
Can we still do that?
Bazan. Hey,
Can
Bazan.
we?
Yeah.
Is it still mail carriers? Everybody in the chat. Let
Oh,
us know. Is it?
oh, they already did because I already gave them a
Oh,
poll.
you did. Oh, we got a poll. We
You
got a
see,
poll. That's right.
see, this is why I am your brother. You see, I'm doing things that you be thinking about doing.
And
That's
then it
why,
just happened.
and
And
it
then it
and
just
it
happened.
voila.
What the poll say, man?
Yo, this is interesting, yo. So I asked the question on the poll. I put it up there. I said, "Is the bar lounge scene still a place to meet someone?" And 38% said yes, and 62% said no.
32% said yes. And what was the other percentage?
62% said no. 8 votes
Wow.
so far throughout the chat. 38%
Very
yeah,
interesting.
62% no. If you haven't answered the poll, it's still up there. Please go ahead and answer it. If you answered yes, put a 1 in the chat. If you answered no, put a 0 in the chat. If you answered yes, put a 1 in the chat. And if you answered no, go ahead and throw a 0 in the chat. I want you to
Very.
now I don't even know if I'm really qualified to answer this question in my life right now. Seriously, because the only times I've hung out at bars or lounges is when I visited home with my partners.
Right.
Here where I live now, I don't go out like that. And when I did go somewhere, it would be the cigar lounge. I would go there, but the cigar lounge has got guys and some ladies that's there, but it got guys there mostly. I don't know if I'm qualified to answer that because I mean, trust me, my boys know when we did hang out a lot. Okay. So I understand what the scene is.
Yes.
If it's still a place to meet someone, I don't know. So I'm gonna hush my mouth and I'm gonna let my boy Rallo speak. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw the chat up, the comments up, and then I'm gonna chime in after you, my brother.
Yeah. I don't think so, man. It's definitely different, as you mentioned. Me and my brothers, we've had our bar days. We've had our club days, and the scene has definitely changed. I was out last night, matter of fact, and since we started doing this show, I just become a lot more observant of people and of situations. Obviously, we could probably chop that up on the show, or this would be dope. So I was at a spot last night. And, I was at the bar chilling. I just happened to be looking around. Half the women had their head down in their phones.
Okay.
I was I'm telling you, busy. I just like every area of the spot I looked in, it was a woman just with their head down on their phones. No drinking in their hand or nothing. Just sitting down with just that type of stuff kind of be bothering me. I don't really approach women much when I'm out because I feel that's my vibe. You know what I'm saying? If I cordially start talking to someone when I'm out and the conversation kind of flows, that's fine. I rarely approach women when I go out because I just think I think a setting definitely has a place in the bar and the lounge. You never really know what type of vibe somebody's coming with. But just the fact that now when you go out, you see a lot of people on their phones with their head down. I just be like, why are you here? Like, what's the point of being out?
So the social aspect of actually being out in the bar or a lounge has declined. Is what you're saying?
Extremely, in my opinion.
And they go off these right here. They go off these.
All
And
day,
it's all day. Okay.
all
All right.
day, all day, and then you know what I mean. Not every person. Well, I got to get this one to the women because most men don't get approached. You know, not every woman is gonna respond to you in that environment. Because first off, maybe 3 or 4 other dudes that came at her and she's in a bad mood now, or she just can't respond to she just doesn't know how to respond to the attention. Or they just don't want to be bothered. And I just rather have my energy, not that it kills my energy, but I'd rather not have that vibe when I'm out. Because when I'm out, I'm actually out to enjoy myself and relax.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If somebody approaches me, I'm gonna be very cordial at all times. I have had women approach me, and I'm just cordial. you know, and I don't that's lost too for some reason. You know what I'm saying? I don't
But this the
like
cordial
women don't even say excuse me when they bump into you
interaction.
at a bar or lounge.
Okay.
Like, have you noticed that? Like, they
It is
just keep
definitely
walking, bro.
you going like they don't say my bad or nothing like that.
Nothing, bro. Like, they just, oh, you know
Uh,
what I mean? It's like just that energy. I definitely do believe it depends on the crowd, the age of the crowd, and you know, even more mature crowds. It's just, um, yeah, it's just different. It's just different. So I don't think it's the place anymore.
the people who put a one in the chat that said yes, I have a question for you all, and you can answer this if you want to or not. I would love for you to answer this question. Are you all actively, intentionally trying to date or have a relationship with someone? I think with the exception of Naomi, because I think Naomi last season when she came on, I think she said she was married.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Please correct me, Naomi, if I'm wrong. But are you actively intentionally dating at the moment? If you want to answer it, fine. If you don't, it's all good.
Yeah,
It's
that's a
hey
good question.
hey, it's family. It's family. We family. You know what I'm saying? We family. Um. Okay. So my answer to this question, and if you haven't answered the poll, it's still up and it's pinned to the chat. If you want to chime in on the poll question, all right. Um. So okay, Sabrina said no. All right, cool. So outside, she want to be outside. You know what I'm saying? No,
Hmm.
I'm just messing. I'm just messing
All
with
right, man. Don't start that
you.
fire,
Listen,
busy.
hey man, hey, it is what it is.
Hey,
It is
hey,
what it is.
hey. You know,
Yeah, you know,
don't
I come for blood sometimes. I don't
don't
mean it.
start that.
I don't mean
Don't start that
sometimes.
fire, my G. Don't start that
I'm
fire,
not
my G.
trying to start anything. I promise you. I'm trying to tell you. Okay, listen to me.
Watch some, watch Sabrina hop on at the end of the show.
Right, she's
No
gonna be
phone.
like, "Hold on, tight, you know." But like she was on After Dark. If you didn't see After Dark on our YouTube channel, please go ahead and watch it. Okay, so look. The bar lounge scene. Okay, this is we have to really unpack this, all right?
Hmm.
Because I've been in different environments when it comes to this particular scene. She said, I'm not outside.
Yep. See, here you
Well,
go.
keep it
Here
real.
we go.
You know what I'm saying? I know. Sometimes we gotta go outside. We gotta breathe. We gotta go to the
Mhm.
stove. Um, I want to unpack it this way because okay, I'm about to keep it a Kobe Bean, all right?
Let's go.
Is it safe to say that can I still chime in and take? I mean, yeah, you can for sure. I'm just saying, like, that's what's up. Look, the bar scene, let's be real. The bar scene is where the hookup culture is at, right?
Hmm.
Is that safe to say? I mean, like, are we really trying to go to the bar and the lounge to find our significant other with the intent to spend the rest of our darling lives with them? Hell no, right? No. You trying to see something. And that's what they say nowadays. I want to see something. Right?
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
I've been to the bars. Listen, I done been to the clubs. I done been to the bar. I done been to the most immature. I done been to the hole in the walls. And I done been to some of the most sophisticated cigar lounges you ever could see in your life. I got a wide range of experience with this. All right. To me, to me, it sounds like a trick question. Because the question is the bar lounge scene still a place to meet someone? I don't think it ever was. Not for
I've met,
you
I've
trying to
met
be.
women.
No. I'm not
I've
saying.
met
Okay,
women.
yeah, you've met women. That's my whole
No,
point.
like it that we kind of
No,
started
that's what
dating. Yeah.
I'm saying. You meet someone, and then whatever you're trying to spark, you meet them in an environment that's not for that sparkable thing, unless you just trying to hook up. This the mailroom, right? Hold on. Are we gonna talk like for real today, or what? Like
Let's
this the
go. Let's
mailroom.
go. Let's go.
If you go to a bar lounge, and I don't think there's a man on this planet that's going to a bar or a lounge at a club. Let's just call it the club because that's what we talking about. Ain't
Hmm.
nobody going, and there's not one man going to the club trying to find him a wife.
I agree.
There's not one man in the club trying to find him a woman, even a live-in partner. That kind of stuff just happens when you meet someone. It's like you juggle it. It's like it is what it is. You just said, which is a perfect example. You just said that when I'm going there, I'm going to chill. I'm going to enjoy myself. That's what it's for. It's for the social gathering of people to just, hey, the end of the week, I done worked all week. I'm tired. I want to just meet some people. I want to be around civilization. I want to be social. Right. So you can meet people there. Yeah, boom, it's all good. But if you trying to go there to get this relationship you want, you like
Shout out to Lisa, yeah.
you're in the wrong environment, right? Like, what environment is conducive for that? You know what I'm saying? Without anything being involved, any type of substances, anything, any type of alcohol, any type of smoking, anything. Like, what else can we? If you exclude that, if you exclude drinks, it's just a place to go.
Okay.
Ain't nobody going to a club that serve water. All they do is serve water, and they serve different types of water. They got spring, they got filtered. Come on now. Let's keep it a bean, dog.
They got Fiji.
And I'm about to go to the H2O, man. At the H2O, they got hella good water, son. They got hella good water, son. No, you going there to have a drink. And when you have a drink, you having a drink, and then your body get under the influence of the drink, and you just voila, and anything is you're in a vulnerable state, so any type of feelings can happen. So when you go in there to meet, man, I don't know, man. I've been like where I used to live, Michigan, and now, dude, it is no difference. It's still the most ratchetness. Look, there are places downtown where I live where I have visited. Trust me, I'm not saying I've never been to a club here ever. No, I have visited even without the fellas being here, without my people. I have visited spots here and there. I don't frequently go. Even when going, it's like you still see the same craziness, and you see what it's for. We can't act like we don't know why we going to the bar or the club or the club. You know, if you're not going to be with anybody, you're not going to see like I'm gonna see if there's some really good men out here. And like that's like men that go to if a guy go to the strip club, he going to the strip club for what? Just one reason. Just one reason. The women that's working there, they're not working there because they're trying to find a man to be with or husbands or anything like that. No, they making money. It's an exchange. It's a transaction. You shake your ass, I give you cash. It's a transaction. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And it's the same thing with the lounge. Okay, you go. I meet you at the lounge. I give you rounds. It's the same. It's the same. It ain't no real difference, dog. You know, I threw that out there. I threw that out there to get people to think about something a little bit. How many successful outcomes you had for whatever reason that came from the bar lounge, right? She said food.
Aubrey said food.
The bar, the strip club got some good food, man. The steak is crazy.
Yeah, I can't lie about that. One up, man.
But go ahead. What you think?
You gotta give it up.
You know I'm being an outlier, man. What you think, bro?
Nah, yeah, I agree. Like especially now, nobody's going there to meet that one. Like I said, I had like early on, maybe like my early to mid 20s. I have met women out and we did date. You know what I mean? But it was definitely a different energy. You know, everybody don't really come out to have fun no more. I think people just be out just to be in the atmosphere, but they don't really be there. You know what I mean? They're there physically, but stay somewhere else. You know what I mean? And that's why, especially nowadays, I don't approach women. Then like what I saw last night was just every corner. I mean, tell you when I say every way I looked in that spot, bro, just.
You was discouraged, man.
I was like, what is really going on, bro? It was like the music was loud enough. I know they heard it.
Yeah, for sure. You
know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
sure, absolutely.
Why are you here? Yeah. You know what I mean? And then sometimes I think women, when people are out, they may want to get approached,
Yeah,
so they're gonna act like they don't,
yeah.
and
That's
that just messes up. Like,
that,
why
why
are
did
you
you
here?
come out? That's what I'm saying. That's why I like your answer when you said when I go out to chill. So your purpose is to actually chill. See, the environment is made in a different way. That doesn't mean that everybody is going to hook up. That's not what
Yeah,
I'm saying that based on your intent for going, that's the outcome that you're going to get. So if you're going to chill and everything like that, then cool.
hmm
Being social doesn't. This is another thing that's kind of like a stigma. They think some people think a lot of women may think this that every time a guy say something to you in a club, he wants to hook up with you.
yeah, and
For
that's
you
not
to
the case
think
at
that
all.
for you to even think that highly of yourself
Yeah,
is kind of like that's hustling backwards. Like,
fact.
you know what I'm saying? It's like it is men that really go just because they had a long week at work, they just want to grab a drink, chill with their boys or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You will know based on the when you pay attention, you know, you will see who's there for what. Like you'll get
Yeah,
that.
that's
You
true.
the way you get approached what's by certain guys is going to happen. If you're at a club and a guy approaches you in a very creepy, freaky type of way, you're at a club. Remember where you at.
What
Remember
do you
where you at.
expect?
And
Yeah,
you chose to put on clothes and go to this hole in the wall on the east side of your city or the west side of your city. You gonna run into a Uncle Earl, a Pookie, a Ray Ray, whatever. You gonna run
a
into
couple of them, a
weird
couple of them.
because that's the environment you're in, and to expect and to suspect that that won't happen to you is a
It's outrageous. It
that's
is
a very high
outrageous.
self-esteem level of thinking there because it's like you're susceptible to getting approached that way because you're in the environment that allows this to happen. Now, if you get approached like that at a certain place, like a country club type of place, you gotta be a member. That's a lounge. You got to pay a membership every month. They don't. Men can't approach women like that. They have a code of conduct. They have rules. They even have it where you got to be dressed a certain way. See,
hmm
we only think about clubs. There are more. There are different levels to this club stuff. I'm telling you, there are clubs and lounges that are they don't play that. You
hmm
can't even. That's why they make you pay for a membership because you cannot rock out like the way you would at some place where you can get drunk and just stumble on a woman's face and do all that kind of stuff. So, depending on what you're going for, that's the result that's going to happen, and those
It's, go,
interactions will happen.
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. What up, my brother JB in the building? What up, my guy? What up, my guy?
The Trinity is
What
complete.
is the Trinity
Trinity is
is
complete.
complete. But tell you, I agree with everything you just said, my boy. Like you just have to look at where you are, and just don't just because you're not there for the right reasons, or not necessarily the right reasons, just because you're not there for what it's meant for. Don't be mad at somebody else that it is. Like
Exactly.
it don't matter. It don't make any
Like me being
sense.
mad at it. That's like me going to a club and I get mad because this girl want me to buy her a drink all night. I'm at a club.
Uh, yeah.
And that I'm susceptible to that type of approach from a woman because there's some
I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it, but I understand why you're asking.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right, go ahead, J-Dog.
Boozy, what up, my guy?
What up, fellas? First of all, y'all can hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, we good? All right, first
Yep.
of all, this is a salute.
Oh, late
Both of
toast.
y'all.
All right.
Real talk.
Congratulations.
Salute to the both of y'all.
Salute.
All
Congratulations.
right.
I don't know what we did, but we'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it. Yeah.
Nah, I was late for the toast, so I just wanted to toast you. Anyway, so is the bar lounge scene still a place to meet?
You put a 0 in the chat, by the way.
I put a 0 in the chat because I said no.
Exactly.
I said no, and I think, and let me just explain the reason why is because of the fact of the people changed, society's changed. That's the reason. If it going, because that's still, and I get what you. And I was listening. Of course, I was listening in, and I was hearing what you were saying, Tay, about the reason why you would go, you know what I'm saying, and if you're flipping that objective, you're gonna get what you go for. So I definitely agree in that. That's what's up. But that type of scene is still classified to me as a social gathering. You know what I'm saying? It's still one of those. So it's for the fact that the people are not social no more.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they're more social on social media than they are in person.
Amen.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So the people has changed. I can remember when I first started hanging out in the bar lounge scene. It was more camaraderie, way more that you seen then than now. You know what I'm saying? And that was mostly our generation. You know what I'm saying? People that's roughly between 35, 40, 45 right now. Back in the day, that was, you know what I'm saying, everybody's heyday in their 20s, the early 20s, mid 20s. That was that scene, it was different. The music was different, the vibe was different, the people were different. So we'll meet, you know what I'm saying, and get together, and we be in unison either to have fun, in unison either to, you know what I'm saying, to see something, or in unison to find someone that you'll be compatible with. That scenario has definitely changed because the people are different now. You know what I'm saying? The women are definitely different. The men are definitely different. You know what I'm saying? And society is boasting an attitude of club, you know what I'm saying, or bar and alarm scene as more of a competition than it is a social gathering. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if the people change, the scene changed. So now when you, and that's why I have to give it up to what Rob said. You know what I'm saying? You're looking around, that's facts. People be in their phones rather than enjoying the time that they're at. Rather you sitting there talking with your friend. You probably talking with your friend about what you seeing on your phone. You know what I'm saying? In the social gathering of a bar and lounge scene. See, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like case in point, if you know what I'm saying, if you remember they had those scenes, because I'm an old school cat, right? And when I first started doing the bar and lounge scenes, I was going to older clubs. I'm talking about like jazz clubs. You know what I'm saying? With the older women still with the Sandra little dresses. and the men had the 3-piece suits on. And it'd be Saturday. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they was just getting in, and it was jazz, and it was ballrooming and all that stuff. That vibe was the vibe I can relate to. And there was some of my age that actually turned that around and, you know what I'm saying, go to a hip-hop lounge or stuff like that and still be mature, you know what I'm saying, in their own, you know, in sociality as a whole. It was still dope. You know what I'm saying? The approach was not looked down upon. You know what I'm saying? The men didn't say nothing stupid. The women wasn't so catty. They wasn't so attitudinous. They wasn't, you know what I mean? They wasn't so stuck up, all head, nose in the air. It wasn't like that. That's the aura of a bar and lounge scene now. The bar and lounge scene has so many negatives to it now that I would say, based on the people, no. It's not even a place to meet anybody anymore. And that's messed up, though, because it's a social gathering.
It is.
But that's just what it is. I'm sorry.
Spots.
It's just like the common ground thing, dog, to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's the same thing to me. Common ground can happen, yes. The social gathering of a bar and lounge scene can be a place to meet people. There, it originally was. But the people changed it to be so negative that people don't even want to do it no more.
Even the outside gatherings. Like spots that had like the free jazz nights or whatever like that by the water, wherever you live at, you know what I'm saying? You might have those free outside events and all that kind of stuff. Even in that, even in going in certain places, not even just in the bar lounge scene, but just in gatherings alone, you get a whole different breed of people that are not even they're not even interested in socializing themselves with other people. I mean, just a guy, that's what I'm saying in the bars lounge, the club scene, just a guy talking to a woman or whatever. It's like all of us, it's like that is becoming a risk.
Unfortunately.
That's becoming a risk to hold a conversation with a one. And that gathering is becoming a risk to the point where you be like, you know what? I'm gonna be like Rollo. I'm gonna just go chill. I'm not even gonna speak to your mom now because you looked at me wrong when I first walked up close to you. I was just walking towards your proximity. I'm trying to get the chair. You think I'm trying to get to you?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, the fact you like, you know what? I can't even chill here without being looked at as if I'm on the list of people who should never come here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on now. So what? So the thing is like, I don't know. I don't think it's just to me. I'm a link my intent perspective with what you said, Rollo, and also Jay. What are your intentions when you're going out? Right? If I'm going out to a spot, even if I got a woman in my life or not, if I'm going out to a spot just to chill and hang, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna chill, I'm gonna hang. I don't have to always be tempted to do something because I think that's a sign of immaturity. Like every time you go out, you think you have to try to get slide in, trying to get a number, trying to get this, trying to get that. As you get older, you like, like you said, we older guys, you know what I'm saying? We are in the middle age range, right? So back then, yeah, that was cute back then. You know what I'm saying? We were like, yo, man, we young, yeah, let's get, rabbit jam, blah, 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 right? But now, now you get older, you're settled. You're settled in yourself, and you're not trying to, you know what I'm saying? These young gals out here think that, that the fedora want to always get the explorer with Dora. No, I'm not trying to fedora explorer with you. I'm just trying to see how you're doing. You can't even do that in the lounge because, first of all, like you said, Rollo, they in their phone. And if they not in their phone, they just spaced out and you say hi, they're like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely what Jay said, bringing out that point about the people changing, then that means the environment change. And so the environment is no longer comfortable for just doing regular civilized stuff like having a conversation at a social gathering. It's like that. It becomes a weird thing all of a sudden.
Yeah, like people just they just be out in the midst of something that's supposed to be enjoyable, overthinking. Like you just look like you deep in thought while you out supposedly, you know what I'm saying, trying to have a good time. You just look like everything that happened today is on your mind right now.
Right.
Like everything you've been through last week, everything you've been through last month, it's just on your mind while you in here.
Yeah.
Like, and another thing, Tay, as you mentioned too, we getting older. Like, we and us three, we hung out. Sometimes we would just go out just to go. Now it's like, I don't really feel like it.
Like your boy Deion Cole said, when I go somewhere, I go in, I walk right out. When on the Charlie's boy stand up.
If we don't feel like going out now at the age that we are, we just don't go. We are at home. You know what I mean? And a lot of people need to start doing that.
And that's a good point, man, because sometimes people was comfortable going to their neighborhood spot.
Yeah.
They were comfortable in doing that. Now you don't even feel comfortable going to your neighborhood spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not talking about the a-holes of the world. The a-holes of the world was in the 80s, 70s, 90s, all the way up to now. So it was always an a-hole dude or an a-hole chick. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
That should be your response to every damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about just for the fact that the general aspect of the environment, like I said, has changed so much to the fact that and I don't mean to go as deep, man. Like we live in the West, right? And we just a rebellious society.
Yeah, we fucked up.
We rebel on everything. You know what I'm saying? Like we just rebel at everything. We just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just against that. It's always something.
Yeah.
If somebody again, it can't be just a pure fact. You know what I'm saying? We can't just say the sky's blue. Well, it's like that because of this. It's always somebody that rebels at something. And you know I'm right. Every comment about anything on social media, there's always somebody that's saying, I'm not having a healthy counterpart to it. I'm talking about literally opposing what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Right. Even if it's pure fact. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's proven fact. It'll just be like, I just don't feel. Then that's when you get all that feeling and stuff. So I'm saying that to say now the normal camaraderie of being social is being rebelled. It's like Well, I don't want to be social because, you know what I'm saying, I think that the people that approach me don't even be worth my time. So I'm just going to look a certain way in the spot. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? It's just wild to me. And so now it's like the place that you normally would be like, hey, let's go hang out and kick it and have a good time trying to get away from the work week. You know, we had songs like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to relax. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my groove on. I've been hustling all week. I'm trying to get my groove. Now it's like, you know what I mean? It's all opposition when you get into a social gathering like that. It's like, it's so bad, dog. And it's all based on the people. That's all I'm saying. The people change. People don't do the norm anymore. You know what I'm saying? The norm ain't norm no more. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you get. And that's why I understand why people don't want to go. I understand how people, you know, they got, even the person that might have a thought of, I'm still social, because of the environment makes them act a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Because of even if you have a neutral thought about going out, the environment make you think, I'm straight. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's messed up. That's really messed up. That's not the environment I came up with. Yeah. That's just the way it is now.
Yeah.
And I think, and that's a good point, Jay. And even these bars and lounges, they're changing. They're conforming to the new norm of socialization. There's a spot out here that we go to. All three of us, we love this spot, and like they used to have live music every Sunday. They used to do live music. It would be one side it'd be live music, the other side it would kind of have a DJ.
That's right.
You know, for the ones that want to get a little ratchet, they used to be back there. Us three, we would kind of be on both sides. You know, but we would spend most of our time where the live music was. You know what I mean? But now,
ratchet every now and then, shit.
Ain't nothing wrong with little ratchet. But I'm just saying. But now, now the spot has stopped having live music. You know, the environment in there has changed because they have stopped. So now it's just a DJ playing all, you know, the current stuff to get people in the door, which is attracting a younger crowd in there, and that in itself changes. You know what I mean? Just the spots are changing because of what the new norm is of people socializing at these spots and what people really want to do. It's attracting a different group of people, so it's going to be a different vibe as far as the socialization, it actually being a social spot where people can really kick it and chill, maybe talk to somebody. You can't do that now because the spot has changed to now they're bringing in people who are not there for that. You know what I mean? Because the spots are changing too.
Remember the spot off the freeway, 25 and up? That we always just go to and cut a rug, man, and hustle out. Big dance floor. I ain't gonna say no name to it. Yeah. Remember that? Right off the freeway, we used to always go, right? They didn't want to conform to the newer crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't want to because their atmosphere was fine the way it was.
Yes, it was.
You know what I'm saying? They had you know, the guys that teach hustle lessons. They came in place. You couldn't even find a parking spot.
Yes,
there was so many mature men and women in there. It was grown ass people. It wasn't you couldn't find a parking spot. It'd be 1 or 2 nights out the week. It was just packed to the brim.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then the other nights, you know what I'm saying, with the younger crowd, you could barely, you know what I'm saying, it was seats everywhere. It was very vague. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But for the fact that time has went on and everybody's attaching, because you know, older, we getting older, we're not going out as much. We got our families now, people not doing that as much. And then you know what I'm saying, you got the newer crowd coming up. That's the crowd that's actually going to spend the money. Yep. That's the crowd that's actually paying for the Duce, you know what I'm saying, at the top of the show. Or the young crowd. So, you know what I'm saying, the club is looking at it as a business like, well, we got to let this young crowd in. You know what I'm saying? They paying all the money. They don't want to pay $50 to get in. These new cats ain't about to do that. These old cats ain't about to do that, I mean. So it's like, clubs are, like Rob was saying, clubs are conforming to the new. That club did not conform to the new, and they couldn't last in this generation. They shut down.
Exactly. They shut down.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a symbol to how stuff is changing as far as the entertainment scene or the social bar scene. You know what I mean?
It's wild. It's wild. So
and I think another issue too is that our generation, our age, they want to hang with those young folk and do what the young folk do. Like you can't. Your knees crack every time you try to twerk. You can't twerk.
Can't do that, man.
Bro, you can't move your hips that fast, boy. You got carpal tunnel when you're drunk. You can't do that in your hip bone. Connected to your thigh bone to the knee bone. Can't do
it no more.
Can't still going to the same spot after 20 years.
Come on,
can't do that, man.
Come on, man.
You gotta change your way of thinking. But yeah, man, that bar scene it's diminishing.
Yeah.
For a social gathering, if you title it that way, it's diminishing. You know what I'm saying? Actually, all social gatherings, like Tay, you hinted to it. The outside, all of them are diminishing. You know what I'm saying? To be as a social gathering that you actually be comfortable, safe in, and actually meet somebody of like mind. That is changing dramatically.
Yes, you have to go to different places. We have to expand our horizon. That's why I was talking about the maturity aspect in the beginning of the first conversation. Like, dude, at some point you gotta expand. You gotta look. You can't do it the same way all the time, man. You can't go to the same spot all the time and then expect to get what you want. Like, you gotta. Sometimes you gotta change it up a little bit. Switch it up. Switch it up just a little bit. Go to a different spot one time. You heard about it. You've been wanting to go for a couple weeks. Okay, go to that spot. Check it out first. Is it mature? Is it good? Like take a nice little recon of it and see what's up. Because again, that the scene is getting played. Let's just keep it a buck. It's getting played for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I'm
on Rollo team. Like, I'm just going there to chill, baby girl. What's up? What's your name? Bone. Bone what?
That's it.
Oh shit! No, I can't do nothing with you. Hell no.
That's it.
First of all, your name started with Bone. I ain't throwing you one. I ain't throwing you one.
Yeah, man. It's bad, dude.
That's it. I want to read before we move on. RB made a comment. I want to read this one. Well, to be honest, sometimes when I have a rough day, I do tend to want to go out to a little bar, listen to some music, and have a drink with no intentions of beating someone. However, I'm always friendly. RB, we appreciate you, sweetie. You know what I mean? Just be friendly. If we approach you, man, and if a man approaches you, and fellas, if a woman approaches you, I know that's rare, but just understand where you at, man. Be cordial, be cool. You know, I don't think anybody is there to kill anybody's vibe necessarily, but let's be cordial, man. Let's be humans. You know, we can interact. Shout out to my brother. Shout out to the chat, man. Y'all really interacting today. I love that. Y'all know what time it is, right, fellas?
Okay.
All
right, we go.
What I miss?
What I do, Sean? What I do? Sean, what I do? Sean, what I do? I smell shit. These punk niggas, man. Punk niggas. I smell shit. And I'm just Aubrey, I'm just playing. I'm not trying to be bad, Sabrina. Chill. I'm just playing.
You wasn't the only one, man. I sat there and looked at that like I wanted to say. I'm just not gonna say it.
Yeah. Bitch.
When I tell y'all,
brother.
Y'all gonna have people, especially Tay today. Tay gonna have people count down the days to next season of Mailroom After Dark.
They about to do this to me.
I don't care.
They about to shoot me down.
I don't care.
I'll be right there with him over his shoulder with the 9. Like, I'm shooting too. I'm shooting too. Hey, all we know, all you gotta know is if you cap it, we'll tell you.
Oh, we'll let you know.
We'll tell you.
Especially these two.
If you don't want to tell yourself, we'll tell you. We helpful like that. We just helpful like that.
I'm telling you. It'll be good, baby girl.
Tay gonna put on 5 or 6 more fedoras on top of that bad boy.
I'm telling you, dog, man.
Anyway, no, Rod, you were saying it was time, man. What time is it for, bro?
What time is it, man? Y'all know what time it is, man. It's time for the feature topic of the week, man. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, all right, man. This is we about to be pulling on this one. I think we about to be pulling on
That's
this.
a good sport, Aubrey. That's a good sport right there.
Thank you, Aubrey.
Appreciate
we about to be pulling on this one, man. The feature topic of the week, ladies and gentlemen, male carriers. Why don't men approach women anymore? So this is a really that first topic was a really good segue. That last topic was a really good segue and right into our feature. But before we go into it, man, we got a video, man. Y'all check this out.
Look out, David.
I ain't messing with y'all today, bro.
Let's go.
Forever.
Hey, babe. I got a question. Why don't men approach women anymore?
Why don't men approach women anymore?
Yes.
So we're speaking like...
Yeah, just generally speaking, like the overall consensus that I get.
So it's coming from a man?
Coming from a man.
Okay. Men, for the last generation, have been subtly, continually trained to not approach women. And it's happened over years. Okay? And I think the whole independent woman, the whole feminist movement that impacted the aforementioned movement has made a lot of women in the West very unpleasant. I don't think women, generally speaking, not you or an individual, but generally, respect the presence of the masculine energy. If a man, so what happens is over time, women stop being pleasant because women became less feminine. I think a feminine characteristic is to be welcoming of the masculine energy. Now that does not take away from the fact that men can be ABC 1, 2, 3, but we're looking at this one-dimensionally being that you asked. So over time, the more and more women approach women, the more and more men approach women, the neck rolling, the lip smacking, the he's trying to talk to me, the I'm not gonna say nothing. Over time, that programs a man. So when you couple that in terms of male and female interactions publicly, grocery store, drugstore, on the streets, to where women aren't receptive to masculine energy, what's gonna happen? They're gonna stop talking to them. And what are men gonna do? They're gonna look elsewhere. So this is why you see the juxtaposition between a lot of traveling men who juxtapose American women with foreign women. And they always look for the what? More feminine. So what are they talking about? Latin America, Africa, Brazil, Thailand. Okay, now is it that the valuation of women in the West is down? No, but I mean, that's what's happening. You get to the point to where, you don't even want that interaction. Like, I'm not even gonna say nothing to her. So men have been trained to do that. So voila, women were a part of that. Are women to blame? No, I'm not sitting up here saying all women are to blame, but if you are a guy and you always trying to talk to a woman and she's short, curt, don't want to talk to you, what you think's gonna happen? If you keep kicking me, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna stay away from your foot. So what's happening is men are now approaching women in a different type of way digitally. It's easier to DM a woman because you don't have to deal with the rejection of it.
The ego of the
and I
rejection.
think that if we can get to the point to where men and women respect each other, if a man, there never should be a reason why a man should speak to a woman and she doesn't speak back, ever. If he's rude, if he's unkind, that's a completely different. I'm talking about just speaking. Do you know how many often that happens? So that's my answer.
That's what y'all think?
I know, they gonna say what they gonna say, but that's what I think.
I mean, man, what else? What else is there?
Tell you got that nailed it.
Give me 1 second.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You can't really say no better. You can't really say no better than that, man. How y'all feel about that, fellas?
Facts.
He was spit. Go ahead, Jay. We
facts.
This is a very, I think this is going to be a very mature conversation here because I know we've been throughout the show, we've had our jokes and we talking about our perspectives, but this is really an issue.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
This is really an issue, and so Jay, go ahead, man. I'm gonna shut my mouth for a second. Oh man, that boy. The boy preached on a Sunday morning.
The boy worked, dog. He put in some work. I mean, it just is what it is, man. I told you the way since the people changed, the environment has changed, man. It goes back to the relative point that I made. Like he hit us so much on the nail, dog. I don't need a hammer, man. Like it's just that makes so much sense the way that is, dog. Like if based on this movement, and he said that based on this movement of the female gender being, you know what I'm saying, feeling like they're underpowered and doing this whole thing, that this movement that they just feel underachieved based on men. You know what I'm saying? You have this society of women that you just undercuts the traditional guy for what he stands for and what he values. Just undercut him. Like it just to the fact that we need to, every interaction that we have, we need to prove our masculinity. We have to prove it. Even in a social, we just talked about the social gathering. We have to prove it then. And it got so bad in in what he said, it got so bad that it's almost subconsciously that women do this now. Yeah. It's almost there. It's almost like you just do it because it's just the fact of the norm all of a sudden to criticize a guy in every aspect. You have to be a very mature individual that's sitting on your own bottom in aspects and morality to not do the normal of what a woman does when a man approaches. You have to be a very mature, sophisticated person that's sitting on your own values to not do this. Because like I said, it's subconscious. Like, just case in point, like, you know, you go through so much stuff. Like, oh, he just want to sleep with me. He just want to do this. Or in my past experiences, he just like this. Or he's not my type. And he don't look to, you know what I'm saying? You go through all these phases, and then your demeanor says it all. Because where we looking, we want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? And your demeanor says it. Like, well, Arby said, she said it was, you know, she always friendly. What is your demeanor saying? We are looking at you on an outside scope as an individual. Okay, we might be attracted to you. Might see some things about you that we might want to approach. Me as an individual, I start looking at your demeanor right after that. Okay, you look good though, but let me take another couple of minutes to figure out if she's even approachable. And 9 times out of 10, and I'm sorry to say that, you're not approachable. You know what I'm saying? You have this certain aura about yourself. You know what I'm saying? That will come off and like degrade a guy instantly. You know what I'm saying? Or put him through such an interview that it's not even fun to approach you anymore. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, and he's right. Going through that over and over again for a man, we will not approach you anymore. And then you got women that be like, where the good guys at? We're not saying nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? We're not saying nothing. We're sitting there chilling at the bar, minding our own business, probably talking with each other. You know what I'm saying? About just scenarios, just chilling. We'll rather do that. Like, the guys on this floor right here. Tell you, Rob, when we get together, we hang out, man. We always do it because we don't see each other that often, right? Mm-hmm. We get together and hang out. Might go to a bar, have a couple of drinks. We sit there and usually talk about the same subjects that we talk about on this platform, right? We just get together. Besides our own little trials and tribulations that we have in our life, we just do that as men. We just kick it, right? We'll rather do that than approach a woman with the obstacles that come with. You know what I'm saying? I would rather just chill with my boys all night
100%.
than to look at somebody and just wonder if she's going to set me for an actual human being. Mm-hmm. I'm serious. That's how bad it became. And so, no, that's why we don't approach anymore. And the ones that do approach just literally cut it off. Like, these guys just literally was like, I don't give a damn how she's going to react. I'm just going to be like, what's up? Like, it just is what it is. And they just don't care. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about what you say, the outcome, none of that. They just like, cool, y'all going to be who y'all are. I'm going to be who I am. Script this whole script concept. I'm just going to go ahead and roll it. And there's guys like that. Some women like that, too. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But the actual dude that be like, dang, I want to see what she about. We double dust that scenario so much that we just end up not doing it because all of the factors that come with that is horrible.
Yeah,
that's just my first spill on it, man.
Yeah, there's this thing called bullshit, and as I got older, I realized I don't want to have nothing to do with that.
Come on down the line, like Tay said. Come on down the line, man.
When he said there's no reason for a woman to not just say, if a man says hello or how you doing or good morning or and they don't respond or they respond in a way that's just disrespectful, there's no reason for that. So with the thing called bullshit, I decided to not be a part of it, which is one of the reasons I don't approach women anymore, because I don't like bullshit. Mm-hmm. And you're not gonna mess up my headspace and get me looking at people in a weird way because of how you responded to me. I just rather stay to myself and keep my own energy, keep my own space, and do what I do. Kick it with my boys when I'm out. If I'm out by myself, I'll find a nice little spot where I can chill, listen to music, and I am good. I'm good.
Yeah. It goes back to what you said, man, real quick, Tay. I'm sorry. But it goes back to what he said, man. He just wanted to avoid the bull. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you got some women that'll probably be in the defense like, well, some guys, when I say hi, it just go left. That's why I said you have to be a mature, sophisticated woman that's sitting on her own values to understand this. That means you are yet still, subconsciously or consciously, putting all guys in one basket. That's basically what you're doing. If that's your defense, of being like, when I do some type of gesture, the guy do a good gesture, and I'll be like, thank you, or I say hi back. They want to think I want to talk to him. Like, no, there's some dudes that just want to do a good gesture and get a just get a response out of it, like opening the damn door for you. That's just a general response, like thank you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's some idiots that'll tag along behind you through the door, like, what's up with you, and ride you like a poodle. But that's not all men. So if you dropping that on all men, you are categorizing all of us. And I will be damned if I could do that with a woman.
Oh, you better not.
I'll be damned. We'll be shut out. We'll be shut out, man. We wouldn't have no more mailroom show, no mailroom network, nothing. If I say, you know what I'm saying, that a woman does this, and I react in a certain way because all women do that, any woman I come together with, you're like, that's bull. And you full of it. And that's why you get what you get. So I'm saying the same thing to y'all. That's why you get what you get. If you have that defense, though. You gotta be. Go ahead, bro.
Man. For some reason, I just feel like singing Wade in the Water.
Go ahead.
God's gonna try.
He gonna start to.
Water. This is the only song we won't get no copyright on because it's a hymn.
It's a hymn. Yeah.
It's a hymn. Look, this is a multivariate issue. Mm-hmm. This is a multivariate reasoning behind this question. And one of the things that I notice and observe from talking to women, I'm not talking about what I think. I'm talking about listening to you all on the privacy of my time. There are women that I have talked to for over the years. Y'all all say the same thing about a guy, that y'all want a guy to do these particular things. He has to make as much money as you or more He has to look a certain way. He has to be attractive. He has to do this. He has to have all these things before you even entertain the idea of talking to him. Most
I like the way you
men,
put that.
and this is statistical fact, most men are not sleeping around casually, not having sex all the time. They're not having sex with multiple amount of women at all, period. They're not even meeting new women. As a matter of fact, a new statistical study came out and said that since 2019, the dating pool has went down 50%. Not since the 70s. Since just
2019.
4 years ago. Before the pandemic, dating started going down. We're talking about men approaching women. It started going down because there was an influx of loud, obnoxious, foolish women giving other women bad advice and telling them what they need to do and need to receive and what they deserve, instead of having your own intellect and individualism about what you need in a man for your life. So if a man approach you that works at a regular spot making about $45,000 a year, you're not gonna talk to him. Women want to talk to the same type of man. They want the cream of the crop, all of them. And then they'll say something egregious like, "I don't want to settle for an average guy." Do you think a man is going to approach you? The man may be average in money, but he has high value standards of himself. You'd rather take the guy that got the high value money, but don't give a damn about you and respecting you, instead of the guy that lives an everyday life, pay his taxes, make sure his mom's straight, talk to her every now and again, blah, 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 whatever. Just a good dude. There are women saying, and because see, they have the loudest voice. These foolish women. In the biblical days, they called them silly souls. They have their proclivity to speak for all women, and they'll say things like women don't deserve an average man. A good man is not enough.
Yeah,
a good man is not enough. And these are the women that get podcasts on Spotify, podcasts on Apple Podcasts, whatever that's called, iPodcasts, iTunes. I don't give a damn. All the eyes, whatever. These are the ones with the loudest voice. And what we need as men, and I'm saying, I'm going to make a very bold statement and request here. What we need as men is the mature women that are feminine, that operate in their femininity on a natural level. We need you all to speak up for not only yourselves, but also for the state of the women that you're in, that is right now. Because the state of women right now is terrible. I don't know if anybody read the Bible, but if you get a chance, read Proverbs chapter 12. It talks about how the aged women would speak to the younger ones. And they're not even doing that anymore. The aged women are in the clubs and bar scenes that we're talking about in this conversation.
With the young ones.
They're not trying to tell the young women anything. They're trying to compete with them. So that's why they want to work out, because the 50 is the new 30.
That's a good one.
Stepping on them.
This is the immaturity that we have adopted from Disney, from commercials, from Cosmopolitan, Oprah magazine, all this stuff, all the things
Social
that we
media,
associate ourselves with and we incite ourselves with. It's diminishing the motivation to approach you. It's not like a man don't want to approach you because he thinking negative of you. I said this to someone not too long ago. I said, look, when I go to work and when I walk to the office early in the morning, sun is out, sky's clear. I just got some good music in me. One of my homeboys, they got a podcast in the morning on the Instagram. He be talking good, man. I start my day off. I'm 6:15 in the morning. I mean, the only thing I don't have is da 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 da. That's the only thing I'm missing in the morning. Because I'm ready to go. I'm ready to rock, right? I get inside the office. I get a long little hallway to go to get to my office. And all of a sudden, I see about 2 or 3 women every morning. it's 2,000 people in the building. You're gonna see women in the morning.
Facts.
I come in the morning and I see when it's coming my way, all I see is a bunch of FUs on their foreheads.
Right.
They face they don't even look happy with themselves. This is a very deep issue.
Yeah.
This is a very deep issue.
It's psychological.
Men can tell just by your demeanor, and that's, man, you said something very powerful. It's your body language.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your body language, it ain't even got to be about a man approaching you. You already got the wrong type of body language, period. You got an attitude on your face. You don't have any type of happiness on your face. You're not satisfied with shit. You ain't got no joy. You smoke weed all day, every day. You wake up, and if you don't have no weed, you got snot running out your nose because you need your weed, because you need the weed.
Let me input something. Let me input something, bro. They have a thing called a resting bitch face.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day. And
that's a thing.
Resting.
It really is.
Resting.
It really is.
Stays on you. And you got to shake it off. And women will hold on to it rather than having a good man just approach and be like, how you doing this morning? Hey, good morning. How you doing? And they will walk past and won't say nothing. No. I will open up a door. They won't say thank you.
They be wondering why too. And that's why. We just let the cat out the bag. That's why.
And this is the thing.
That's why we don't say nothing.
This is the thing. When women bring femininity, that creates the masculine to operate the way it wants to naturally operate.
That's true.
I don't know a lot of men who treat ugly-faced women with just pure queen treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Like that mean bitch gets oatmeal. She don't get cream of wheat, dog. This bitch gets maple brown sugar. She don't get the cream of the crop. Her face is so nasty looking. She get her eggs scrambled rough. Okay, I don't want she don't deserve soft scrambled eggs, dog. She don't deserve breakfast in bed, dog. Her face look like a nightmare. I had a dream last night, and her face look like a nightmare. I can't. It ain't even.
He said.
And
he said.
I'm saying.
He said. Oatmeal, dog.
And you can be fine as hell and have an ugly
disposition.
You can be fine as hell and have an ugly disposition about yourself. Look at this. Look at Sean. Look at Sean. Look. I tell you, she got the oatmeal right there. Look. She know who I'm talking about. She know who I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
You don't get the you no more. You Jesse. All right. You don't get the you no more. The you was respect. Okay. That's what Chris Rock said about this. Anyway, so that's the thing. It's like it's always on you. It's a spirit. And it's so you're so unhappy. We can see it on your face. We can see it on your face, and we dare not approach you. And that's what the gentleman was talking about in the video about women being unpleasant in the West. He specifically talked about the West because we are the only dating culture, heavily dated culture is the West, us.
Mm-hmm.
The East don't have a dating culture like we do. Mm-hmm. They have an arrangement of marriage culture. They have a family gets with family culture. Mm-hmm. For the majority of that relation, that's how they roll, and they structure their society in a certain way that people will not be played with and toyed with. Mm-hmm. It has to be under certain circumstances where they don't make it, and that circumstance, and it's very, very low divorce rate over there. It's like less than 10%, very, very low. And they even adopted in the Scandinavian countries, they even adopted the egalitarian government, which is everybody choose what they want to do. And all the women that choose the jobs they wanted, they got the jobs they wanted. And all the men choose the jobs they wanted, they got they wanted. And guess what? Even in an egalitarian society, the women still pick customer service, administration, being a clerk, nursing. They still pick that shit because that's where your femininity lies. But you want to shit. But the problem is in the West, the nurse wants to shit on the plumber, and he make more than you.
Right. He make more than you. Yeah.
And you want to go off money.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the plumber like he works a 9 to 5, so I can't get the money right. If I need some money from my man, I can't get it right now. I gotta wait for him to get paid. First of all, where is your money at?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you need to do, you should just be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about women who want this from just their men, not their husbands, just their men. Now, this is coming from the approach factor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It starts somewhere. This is where it starts. Can't approach you because I already know by the amount of weave attached to your head, I already know you're gonna have to maintain $200, $300, $400, $500 just off your wigs alone. Just off the tracks. That ain't nothing but maintenance. That ain't nothing but financial maintenance that a guy would have to deal with talking to a woman that got Big Bird eyelashes and a body of weave all over their head, and they think they a bad bitch. And they'll tell you they a bad bitch, and they'll tell you they a boss, but they want to wait for somebody else to give them something. But then you want to clown men who work every day hard. They work hard every day. And they do the same kind of sacrifice you do, if not greater sacrifice.
Facts.
And this is the thing that's happening right now, is that with conversations like this and topics like this, what we're doing is breaking down the fallow ground.
Right.
Anytime you see construction workers paving the street or they're repaving it, they always got to break up the ground first. They got to break the ground up first. They can't just put cement on top of just stuff that ain't working right. They got to break the ground first, and then they start rebuilding what they broke up. They clean it up. They break up the ground from this street to this street. All of that street, they break it up so much that you can't even drive in that lane. You got to drive in the other lane. Because they are doing something, they breaking it up, and that's what we're doing in this society. Is what we need to do. We need to break up all the bullshit that Jay's been talking about all season 2. He said, "Stop bullshit." Well, we need to first break it up. We recognize what it is, now break up the bullshit. Stop trying to not take accountability for yourself. Your happiness is your job, ma'am, sir. Your happiness is your job, not somebody else's. And I'm out. All right,
well, we'll see y'all next week. I'll let y'all again next week on the MALEROOM Show. We out.
We done wrapped that up. It was gone.
We out. See y'all next week. See y'all next week. We out. Peace. We gone.
You know how we like to do, man.
It's a wrap, man.
Shout out to Busy, man. Great. That was awesome, bro. That was awesome. Pull one for me real quick. He's about to play the music.
I was fine with it too, dog.
I was about to, hey, no Q&A today. No Q&A today.
Go to sleep on that. You
know on that one.
Go to sleep on that shit.
Shout out to my brothers, JB, Busy, man. Y'all know what it is. That was awesome conversation. Yeah. And another thing, like when did outside sources and things start becoming so part of foundational values, bro?
Crazy.
Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like you know, because Tate mentioned it. Like a lot of women get these perceptions on how to be and how to present themselves from magazines and things like that. I get it. You can use those things as kind of to gain some type of insight on maybe what. Yeah, right. You know what I mean. So why is that becoming foundational now? Why are men and women setting in stone things on the outside that don't necessarily relate to how they might truly feel, but they want to put that out into the world? You could be influenced by things, but if it's not really your true nature, if it's not really your true perception, or if it's becoming a reason why you're a certain way, that's a problem. And I think the three men on this panel, we're not going to impede on someone's space who we see doesn't want their space being invaded. You know what I mean? And sometimes those be the people that are complaining about why this is this way and why that is that way. And I just don't get that. And we gotta like Tay just said beautifully, man. We gotta change things, man.
Yeah.
We gotta change things.
We
We
got
be
to
messing
change.
with people that don't
You
think.
can't complain. You can't complain about. You can't complain about nothing. You can't complain about things you're not doing. You can't complain when you're not putting in motion
Exactly.
what needs to be put in motion in order for
Exactly.
you to get different responses, and
Exactly.
for you
Facts.
to be the type of person that can find what they're looking for. You got to put in. We say on this show all the time, man. You got to put in work.
Yes. You
You
have to
got to put in
deconstruct
work.
and then reconstruct. But
Yeah.
deconstruction comes first. When they have a new project for building something in your downtown cities, they always implode the old buildings. They destroy it first.
Mm-hmm.
Stop sugarcoating yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Stop sugar cookie coating yourself like you
Mm-hmm.
some rosy princess and king and queen. No, you ain't. You got
Mm-hmm.
issues. That's why nobody want to approach you. You got issues.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Even with
Yeah.
Aubrey saying that she's friendly, even to an extent, some women can't even be friendly with some guys because they take that too far.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because they won't
That's it.
deconstruct. Like, bro, ma'am, you have to break up all the things that have not worked for you. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
work. And
And
you're
build it up
trying to
again.
force it to work. You waking up with an attitude, feeling entitled, like the world owe you something, when you the one that chose that job that most men do, and now you tired. And when you get to that job, you want men to help you on a job that men don't ask no help for. Why do you choose a job that men do when you know you don't really want to do it? Because you honorary and you're rebellious and you won't deconstruct your attitude.
Mm.
That's
You're
true.
being rebellious. You're being honorary with your own self. Your life will
Understood.
be better if you operated in your femininity. Your femininity is your strength.
Key word.
Mm-hmm.
It's your strength. It
Femininity,
is your
ladies.
power. Not it ain't your box. It ain't your cat.
Femininity.
I
Mm-hmm.
got the wettest. I got the wettest. I don't give a
It
listen.
ain't your figure.
It ain't your. It ain't none of that.
It ain't your bag. It ain't none of that.
None of that. It is your
Yep.
feminine. It's your. It is your spirit. Your operation of your spirit. Your character. Your femininity is a
Mm-hmm.
powerful, natural thing that God gave you,
Mm-hmm.
and you're
Mm-hmm.
fighting against your femininity only because you want to feel entitled to something. You do. You think somebody owe you something? Don't
God's
nobody
gift.
owe you anything. And all them knuckleheads you chose them because you are in your own damn way. You won't get out your own damn way.
Mm-hmm.
And this is
No
what
way.
happens. As a result of it, this is what happens. You go through things in a harder way. That's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Now you want to
And that,
cry and ask somebody for help. I'm not helping you.
yep, that
I'm
Yeah.
all
not
starts
helping
from
you.
looking in the mirror, though. All this is our results of looking in the mirror, man.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot
Everything.
of people, and I
Everything.
said this on Mailroom After Dark, man. Like, a lot of people can't look in the mirror at themselves. A lot of people do not like themselves.
There you go.
If you can't answer the question faithfully, that would you date you in the opposite gender?
Come on now.
You need to ask yourself that. Would you date you?
Would you tell your
I'm
would,
talking about. I'm
would you
talking about
tell yourself
truthfully
good
though.
morning in the, if you was a guy?
Yeah, a
Would you
lot of
tell
people be
yourself?
lying. Right, a lot of people be lying to themselves, and the
Come on.
mirror is only a reflection of what it's presented with.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I'm telling people to look in the mirror. Look in the mirror, because you'll know that you're not as what you think you are, and that is the reconstruction that Tay is talking about. You know what I'm saying? Get right to the point of the matter. What is the problem with you? You know what I'm saying? And fix that, and then take that fix and present it to other people. Don't present me a
Not
band-aid
about all.
and expect everything is all good.
Not about
Yeah.
all. We know that. We not talking about every single woman on the planet. We need to stop doing that too, pushing the goalposts. We're talking about all these women. We're talking about why men don't approach women. This is reasons why. I know this is hard to hear, and it might be a hard pill to swallow. But this is the reasons why. This is what Jay is talking about. This is what Rollo's talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is the reasons why. We're giving you reasons.
We can't.
Multivariate reasons.
We can't keep deflecting. We can't keep deflecting. What you give
Mm-hmm.
out, you're going to get back, and
Yeah.
that it's a. I say it all the time, man. It should be simple, but it's not. You know, I had. You know, I just grow. Just as you mature, hopefully you realize the universe really does give you back what you put out. People will give you back what you put out. You know what I mean? I'm the last person that's gonna be mad at. I'm the last person that's gonna be mad. That's gonna be upset with a female who experiences me and I'm in my head and I'm not approachable and I'm really just not in a headspace to really be social with someone or give them the best version of me at that moment. And she turns around and has that perception and not want to talk to me no more. I can't be upset at that or not want to approach me no more. Or she hears her girl might want to approach me and say, "Oh, man, I don't know his I don't know he got something going on. You look into how can I be mad if that's what I'm giving?"
Mm-hmm.
Now, is
Yeah.
that me?
No,
No.
I agree.
Is that me? Is that me? No. But I know that. I can't
Mm-hmm.
be mad at other people for not knowing. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hey, brothers, y'all, as usual, man. Y'all go in. I had to have. This has been a like we said, this one was gonna get deep. Like the first two topics, like I said, was pretty surface level, and it was things that are noticeable that can kind of shape into this feature topic. That's why I said the beginning of the show, this show lined up so perfectly, man. And we had a lot of interaction today from our mail carriers. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. We're gonna go into the Q&A. We're gonna go into the Q&A portion of the show. While we wait, fellas, man, how y'all feeling, man? What y'all want to say to our squad, our mail carriers in the chat, man?
Hey, one thing I would like to say real quick. That conversation, exactly what Tay described, is a very complex conversation.
It is.
Hmm.
I am willing, and I'm gonna put this out there for you fellas and the people that's watching this. I am willing to extend that conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm willing to extend it. If we get enough people to say, let's extend the conversation about why men don't approach women, drop us an email, let us
Please
know.
do.
If we get enough people to do so, we'll come together and find out how we can make that happen. Because I think that's a topic that there's a lot of topics that we be hitting on that don't really be talked about. You know what I'm saying? And if they are talked about, they're talked about in a real biased way.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Hmm.
we're leaving it in an open platform that we can actually talk to it genuinely about the subject at hand and trying to keep our own feelings and opposition out of it.
Right.
And so if you really wanted to talk about that even more, let us know. Email us that. Get back with us.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. And while Jay mentioned that, y'all know what it is, man. Make sure
Yep.
y'all
Right
hit us up on all of our platforms, man. Please like, comment, subscribe to the Mailroom Network on YouTube, man. Again, our network is growing, and we see y'all out there. So make sure if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe to the Mailroom Network on YouTube. Please make sure you hit us up on Facebook at the Mailroom Network. Also, holler at us on the ground, man, at the Mailroom View. Like Jay just said, man, please email us at the mailroom313 at yahoo.com. If you have a topic, if you have anything that you want us to discuss right here on the Mailroom Show, or man, you could just drop through and just say, "What up, fellas?" You know what I mean? And we will love to hear from you. Again, if you email us a topic, again, I repeat, if you email us a topic, it will be on this show. We
Absolutely.
guarantee that. So please
Yeah.
hit us up with your questions. Please hit us up with your concerns, and just let us know something you might want to hear right here on the Mailroom Show, man. Busy, what you got for the people?
Man, I just want to say I love everybody. I always do. I always will. This is where it's coming from. It's everything, my passion, everything
Absolutely.
that I say, and I can speak for the fellas as well. It comes from a place of love.
It
It comes
do.
from a place of
It
love.
do.
And let me tell you something about love. Love suffers long. It's a long suffering act. And
Yeah.
you have to have
Yeah.
patience with yourself and with
Hmm.
others when it comes to love. Everyone's not perfect. Everyone's perspective is not going to be what you want it to be. Some people get triggered, some people won't. Some people have love understanding. It's all about patience and love, and that's where we come from with it, man. We love what we do. We're taking what we did from a personal experience of just hanging out pre-gaming, and now it has blossomed into this. And I'm like, it's a beautiful thing to experience having this type of platform that we have, and to have people involved and people chiming in and showing love and moderators, and like I appreciate and love everybody.
No
Don't take it
doubt.
for granted at all, not once. I do want to say one thing though. Um, I know I said something about the moderators and can meet with them.
Damn.
I know.
Please tell me. Please
Yeah.
tell me.
Listen. I'm gonna do it impromptu because I'm not gonna have time. Listen, listen, man. Dang. Okay, hold on. Hey, I'm gonna
We gonna lose our moderators, bro. We gonna.
wanna meet. Listen, all the
I'm
moderators that are
always
here.
messing up. I'm so glad somebody else is.
Oh, sorry. Listen, I'm saying it
Hey,
right now.
we gonna lose our moderators, bro.
No, because I'm doing something impromptu right now.
Okay.
If you're a moderator after this show, please click the link that's pinned to the chat, and
Oh
we can have
Lord.
a 10-minute quick meeting, real quick. It ain't gonna take long at all. I promise you. I'm just gonna give you a rundown of what a moderator and what is expected of one, and I'm gonna keep it short, 10 minutes at least. If you can do that, my moderators put a one in the chat. If
Please
you
do that.
I think
Yeah.
I think B is not available. I think she got something going on. But if you can, Miss Smiley and Sean, if you can, our moderators hit a one if you can meet just quickly after the show is over. And I'm telling you, it's really not a long thing. It's really no deep situation about being a moderator. But I'm gonna give you some tools, and I'm gonna also give you a little bit of insight on how we'll meet. But if you can, hit the link, and then when I see y'all after the show, we're gonna chop it up for about a good 10 minutes, and then y'all can go about y'all business, and then we are able to, then when me and fellas we meet and do what we do, and then we done. All right, cool.
Shout out to our moderators. We thank y'all for y'all patience and flexibility.
Society.
But yeah, thank you to everybody that tuned in. We always love y'all tuning into the live show. And now, if you haven't seen us now, you will see us later. Again, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the Mailroom Network. We love y'all, man. I'm glad we back. We missed y'all last week, but we back. We will see y'all next week for some more fire, man. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get it together so we can get together.
Yeah. We out.